Hi guys, welcome to the Unenlightened Stepmom. I'm Mary G, and I'm talking to you today about my number one tip for homeschooling. It's pretty gray outside today, so I know the lighting's not ideal, and I think we have a light somewhere that helps with video production, but I'm not looking for it right now. You know, there's been a lot of change and transition within the world right now because we're dealing with the social responsibilities that come with this COVID-19 coronavirus. And so less is more, simplifying. I'm not stressing myself out over the lighting right now. I'm just letting you can see when the clouds come and go, the light like dims and changes, and it is what it is, and it's gonna be fine. All of these videos are unedited, unlit. It's not fancy technology, you guys. It's just from the heart. It's just me being real and from the heart. And so I wanted to share with you because I feel like there's a lot of people out there that are that are new to homeschooling and are getting thrown into it pretty quickly. We homeschool our daughter. Many of my close friends already know this about us. She's never been to daycare. She's never been to school. She just turned 8 years old. And so she's literally only spent time alone with her family. I don't even think she's ever been left with a babysitter. She's either with her mom, or she's with her dad, or me, or her aunt, or her grandparents, and that's like it. And she comes with us everywhere. If we're going places, if it's a social event that we can't bring her to, we probably don't go. And we love it. So we've been homeschooling Gaia her whole life, and I took a larger role within it starting this past school year. And man, I've learned a lot in a short amount of time. And my number one tip for parents out there that are homeschooling their children, or parents in general that end up at home with your child even on the weekend, spend time with your children, interact with them. That is my number one tip for homeschooling parents, or just for parenting in general. Interact with your children. So I think I had these ideas that, because our homeschooling program, there is a lot of stuff that she can do online or reading, etc., practice things, worksheets, and I was like, oh, well, she's going to be working on this stuff for a few hours and I'm going to go work on my website. That's not the way it goes down, my friends. Like, you're not going to be showering on days that you're homeschooling. That's silliness. You're going to be cooking, cleaning, teaching, interacting, cleaning up again, cleaning up again, cleaning up again, cooking and cleaning, teaching. That's what you're doing when you're spending time at home with your children. And it's beautiful, and it's so short, you guys. It's so short. Maybe they'll live at home for 18 years. Maybe they'll live at home for a little bit more than that. And during the teenage years, they might not spend very much time at home at all. Interact with your children, especially if you've got young children that are doing the homeschooling thing. It's not like, hey, here's a math worksheet and you walk away. It's like, no, they love you. Your children love you, and they want to spend time with you, and they want to learn from you. And if you don't think that you have the capacity to teach it, don't worry, you do. Even if you're having to Google how to do something. We do an online program. It's got like beautiful lesson guides that we work with. If anyone's curious which one we do right now, we do the public school for North Carolina. It's the public homeschooling program. It's called K-12. And it's pretty good. I mean, they send you all the stuff. I guess you could say for free, though it's not. We pay taxes, which feels good, because when we weren't doing the program with them, and this time of year rolled around, where because I'm unmarried and I'm single and I don't have children and I'm self-employed, the government literally just takes every penny that I made last year and goes, ha ha ha, you'll never have savings or take a nice vacation with your family. Ha 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 ha. Okay, so that always hurts my heart a little bit. And the fact that now I feel like at least some of that tax money is going towards her school stuff. So it's not free. I'm paying for it. Trust me. I'm paying for all of those teachers in that program that do the online classes and the curriculum and the books that they send. Oh Lord, I'm paying for them for lots of children. So anyways, it's a good program, but also because it's public school, they're required to like provide 6 hours of curriculum, which in my personal opinion is way too much. That's like the reason we don't send our kid to school, because we just think like schooling for that many hours a day is unnecessary. It's just like, it's not necessary. But you can work with it. So if you're a full-time homeschooler and you're thinking about doing it, I have heard, ours is in second grade. I've heard that once it gets up to like fourth and fifth grades, it turns into like 8 hours a day. I don't really know if I'm going to be into that, so I might look for other programming later down the road. We'll see. It's in the future, not worth thinking about right now. But it works for us, and they give us lesson guides, and those lesson guides literally tell you what to say. It's like, say to your child now, you know, let's see, a fictional story is a story that is not true. You know, it tells you exactly what to say and how to reference it and the type of vocabulary. It's amazing. So it's like, it's foolproof. And I'm sure that if your schools are sending online material, they can send you resources for lesson guides. There's a wonderful website called Teachers Pay Teachers, and there's a lot of free downloads on there, lesson guides, worksheets, etc., as well as you can pay stuff. It's Teachers Pay Teachers. So teachers are putting their materials up online, and you can use them. And so interact with them while they're doing it. Sit with them while they work through their math worksheet and be with them. Do that. If you're doing stuff that needs to be done around the house, have them join you. I promise you that their schoolwork, it's just not that important. It's not. A lot of the school curriculum that they're doing is a lot of busy work, and I'm sure that a lot of teachers would tell you that much of the material they have to cover is due to crazy standardized testing, you know, which is like a shame. And it just is what it is. But if you're homeschooling your kid from a public school, just know a lot of that crazy curriculum they're having to learn has more to do with standardized testing than it has to do with what the child actually needs to develop into a functional, wonderful adult. And I promise you that while they're in school, they're spending so much time just learning how to be human beings. And if you send your kid to school, be so grateful to your teachers, because they have to spend a lot of time teaching your children how to be like normal humans. Like every class, they have to remind the students, these are the rules of our class. We're polite. We raise our hands. We don't, you know, I think they say they try not to use negatives. So they wouldn't say like, we don't hit anyone, but maybe they'll say we keep our hands to ourselves and our personal space. We only say nice things to each other. You know, they have to say these things like in every class. And they spend a lot of time helping your young children become normal human beings. So be thankful to your teachers, but know that a lot of your time can be spent doing that as well. And we do that through washing dishes together, cooking together, doing laundry together. Our daughter just loves laundry. She loves putting it in the washing machine, putting the soap in, changing it to the dryer, folding laundry. She's great at, she likes like spray and wiping. Anything needs to be sprayed and wiped. So it's like, hey, let's clean the bathroom together. I just give her like a little spray bottle with whatever. I like to use Mrs. Meyer's stuff, and then, you know, you dilute it. It's natural. It's lovely. And a little cloth. And she just sprays like every surface in the bathroom. And I mean, I'm doing my stuff, and, you know, I clean the toilet, but then she wants to also clean it with the toilet brush and wipe down everything and the walls and the tub and the floor. It's epic. And it does take longer than if you were at home alone cleaning and doing dishes and the laundry. You would do it faster alone. But you guys, the time you have with your children will not last forever. And so enjoy it. Whatever age they are, employ them in it. Hey, let's mop the kitchen floor together. That is a valuable part of homeschooling and spending time with children. The Montessori method actually prioritizes these types of things, real life activities, preparing meals, arranging bouquets of flowers. That's one of my favorite things that they use in the Montessori method. I think that's so cool. They learn about plants, garden with your kids, Actually interact with them. Like I say employ, that's not the right word, but involve them in what you're doing. And they might be, kind of begrudging at first about it, especially depending on their age. But just be kind and be consistent and make it fun. It's not like go clean the bathroom, get some real life skills. Come on, you guys, clean it with them. Be there with them. Play music while you're doing it. Make it fun. Like, think of, if you need some help, just think of Mary Poppins and do what Mary Poppins would do, and you'll be great. Mary Poppins could be like firm in the like most loving kind way. Mary Poppins was really skilled at guiding those children in directions. Like, this way, children. So, get your inner Mary Poppins on and be fun, make it fun, be magical, be loving, be respectful, treat them as human beings. They are human beings. I know they're young human beings, but you're equal. You're not better than them because you're older than them. Guys, that's some crazy stuff that we adults like to think. I'm better than this child because I'm older. You can't even say that you know more, because there are times, as any parent will tell you, where your child will really teach you a valuable lesson and you learn from them. So it's not even that we know more. Whatever we do know, we need to be sharing with them generously. And whatever we don't know, we need to be willing to learn together. So spend time with your kids, interact with them, sit with them. Even some things that we do, like, I practice yoga every day. So when I'm practicing yoga, there's always a mat down if our daughter wants to join us, or join me, I should say. And she can also do other things. That's a great time for her to work on handwriting. And she just literally sits right next to my yoga mat so that I can also watch her. I don't just say, go practice handwriting. I'm like, oh, look, you did your B from the bottom up. Now, let me show you this. And she does it. I'll give more tips on handwriting in another video, but it's like we're interacting together. And if you're also a parent that's a yogi and you practice yoga at home a lot, I know this is a big deal. Same thing, interact with them. Your yoga space is not an off-limit space. I feel like that could subtly even plant the wrong seeds about yoga with your children. It's like, come on, bring them in. Let them interrupt. Let them come and ask their questions. Just be calm and cool and move about your yoga practice. If they need you to come down and make them breakfast, stop what you're doing, make it, go back up and finish your practice. Or bring the breakfast up into the practice space. If they need help opening something, stop your practice, go and help them. It's not like I'm practicing yoga, don't come in for the next 30 minutes or don't come in for the next hour. Let them come in and talk to you. They'll ask questions, they might try to do a few poses. It's fun. And the best part about it is now over the years, our daughter gives the best Shavasana head rubs. So I can just be like, hey, I'm going to lay down now. It's time for the resting part. We just like rub my neck and head. And man, she's got skills now, because over the years I just show her, and then I show her, I do it on her, and then she does it on me, and it's so cool. She's also a great assistant. She's a good weight. She could actually be a little heavier for a lot of the things that I do if I'm doing Supta Virasana or something where I need her to stand or sit on my legs to help me. Her body weight right now is just about right. She could be a little heavier. I could do with like 60 pounds in some of the poses and not just like 40 or 45, but it's amazing. They can stand on you in some of those reclined postures like Supta Virasana. So for those out there that are yoga teachers and you know that sometimes the weight helps, let your kids climb on you and help you out a little bit, and then slowly but surely convince them that giving Shavasana massage is really good karma, and that every time mommy rests after her yoga practice, you should come and rub her head and neck lovingly. So that's my number one tip for homeschooling, is to interact with your children. Don't just sit them alone in a room and give them assignments or expect them to do their computer work. Be next to them, be with them, be in the same room with them. If they're older, share your workspace together. be together. Unless they don't. If they're older and they want privacy, then obviously honor their privacy. But if you have, I would try being in the same room, and then if they request the privacy, honor that. They might enjoy just being with you. And especially the older kids, you can kind of navigate how intrusive you should be. Should I just be in the same room but pretend like I don't want to interact with them? Good luck with all of that. I'll probably have more advice for that when ours gets a little older, but for now, that's what I've got to say. Good luck with everything. This is the Unenlightened Stepmom. Please subscribe to this channel. Comment below on questions that you have or content that you would like for me to cover. And I look forward to seeing you guys again soon. Have a good day.